Alright, this is about the third time I've tried to make this video. The damn camera seems to run out of juice every time, but here I've come to a spot where I got to plug out again. This time I can't spin off the ditch because the ground's too shaky. It's hard ground, but it's dry and crumbly and it'll just end up caving in. So what I've done is I've sloped either side coming in on both sides. This side I ended up hitting some rock here. Hopefully I don't hit it right where I'm plugging out. But it's easier to side out on sloped ditch because you can see in the ditch better. And it just makes your bucket get in the ditch better. And as you can see right at the bottom there, I've dug a little hole on the going away side. That keeps the lumps from chasing down your ditch. It helps a bit. And so now I'm just going to spin off the ditch. I've kind of made a bit of a ramp with the spill pile on the going away side. Some people like to sit in one spot, like here for example, and dig the plug out just without moving the hoe and sitting in one spot. But I find that way doesn't work as well because you end up with a big pile of dirt on either side of you, and some people end up throwing the dirt like way off the right of way because they can't reach to get it anywhere else. The technique that I use, I just kind of follow along, just keep digging, and basically you keep digging the ditch, but you're just off to the side. You don't sit in one spot, you keep walking back every set. And when the person who's shading in comes along and he comes to your ditch, there's not a big open area right here where he has to steal dirt from either side to shade the pipe. This technique will leave the spill pile continuous all the way through. Okay, so you just kind of sit off to the side and again, get rid of your lumps, put them to the back so you can see out there I got the rock. Hopefully we don't hit any right in the center of this plug. I'm going to film the whole plug out. It'll take a little while, maybe 10 minutes if you got the time. Or you can fast forward to the end of it if you get bored in the middle. But basically you just keep taking the frost off the top. You don't have to do it all the way. You do it in a couple sets. Otherwise you kind of dig up a little close to yourself. It's kind of a pain. Then just start going down, digging into the better dirt. You can lay that right alongside your ditch like you normally do. The object of this plug out is to not have a big gap for when somebody goes to shade in. I don't know if you've ever shaded in where people have plugged out in one spot and there's a big bald spot. It's kind of a pain in the ass. And also plugging out this way, you can see into your ditch way better than if you're directly off to the side. You can almost see nothing. And what happens in that case is some people end up digging a big hole like on the ditch side of the ditch, like right in here, just so they can see what they're doing. See, as you can see from the video, I can see almost as good as when I'm directly over the ditch line. Got to make sure you got a straight line on both sides of your ditch, you know, so it matches up. You don't want a big hole out towards the pipe or a big hole in towards the pipe, or a part of the ditch coming out and sticking into your ditch, then the pipe won't fit. This is particularly important when you have more than one pipe in the ditch. And you can also clean the side like you normally do. There, that's one cut. See? Looks fairly straight so far. Now, spin around. Just level your pile behind you. Keep backing up. Don't worry about sitting on a bit of an angle. It's not an issue really. Because you're plugging out, it doesn't have to be perfect. Get ready for frost. See, some of your frost will run back down into the going away side. That's what that little hole is for. Just to stop it from running too far down where you have trouble getting it back out. Like let's say it runs down and gets out past where you sloped. Then you're going to have difficulty because of course your bucket doesn't fit in the ditch as well. And again, it's tougher to see. So I'm just going to shut up for a while and get most of this plug out. And once I get that done, then I'll describe how to get that last little bit of dirt out of the bottom. Inside, a little bit of frost there, so I'm not too worried about this ditch caving in. But if you have to, you can actually slope both sides of the ditch as you're plugging out. From here, you go to this side, back brush it like so. Then you can impart a little bit of slope on that ditch. Again, make sure ditch is straight. See, because I have it sloped somewhat, even with the thumb, I can still get the bucket down in the ditch, no problem. Important to keep the bottom of your ditch flat too. You don't want a big hole or a big hump right where you're plugging out, because then the pipe won't sit properly and they might have to sandbag it, or it'll just look bad. Keep it as level as possible. I don't worry about knuckling where I plug out. Now see, I'm getting to the back. You can flick it back in, but there's still going to be